What's up, Internet? Hello, I'm Jason DeRusha. This is the 734 from WCCO. We do this every day at 7:34, streaming it live on Facebook and YouTube and wherever the heck else we're streaming this. So it's great to have you with us today. Glad you're spending a little time. We're going to get you updated on the weather. Before you head out the door, should be some sun out there throughout much of the day. I know people have been enjoying that the last couple of days. Some sun, a respite for all the clouds we had near the end of January. Of course, with the sun comes a lower temperature. The high today will be around 20. You'll see that about the time you're lining up to get on the bus, maybe to head home, or the light rail, or heading out to your car. Cold and quiet night, 14 degrees is what we're looking at for a low. So kind of in that pattern. Fairly uneventful over the next couple of days. Let's talk about this. I was in Iowa yesterday covering the caucuses. Thought I'd wake up and see, who's on top? What's the big surprise? How did Senator Amy Klobuchar do? How about Buttigieg? How about Warren, Biden? What happened? Who knows? Iowa, no results, 0 precincts reporting. The reason we're told is technology issues. Iowa's Democratic Party is running this caucus, and they say they will release the numbers later today. They blame the delays on some redundancies in vote totals. They are changing things in Iowa this year, reporting 3 different vote totals: the initial preference, the final result, and then the delegate result. And so that is apparently causing the problems. New mobile app might be part of this, but the debacle does bring up the debate. A lot of people have been talking about it today. Should Iowa still be the first state to vote? Should this be it? Do they get rid of the caucus? Should we start with some state that knows how to count votes? What do you think? Watching on Facebook, leave a comment right in the thread, and we'll share some of your thoughts in a moment. Meanwhile, many of the Democratic candidates have just moved on, including Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar, who has several appearances scheduled today in New Hampshire. This video, Senator Klobuchar arriving in New Hampshire just before 3 in the morning. Some diehard supporters greeting her there.
It became clear to me after a while that maybe we weren't going to get the numbers. So then I thought, well, maybe we'll go out and make the best of the situation.
May as well, right? Let's show you some of the newspaper headlines. Pioneer Press, technology glitch delays caucus results. Star Tribune goes with the very popular newspaper headline, Caucus Chaos, because they both have like C's and S's. Daily News, there it is. Caucus Chaos. How about this corn-clogged Iowans? I've insulted Iowans in many different ways over my 45 years of life, but corn-clogged, that's new and I like it. And here's the New York Post, probably the winner, Des Moines. Very nice. Iowa caucus. Remember when Minnesota messed up the caucus? What are we doing this year? Primary. There is a special election happening today for voters in Northeast Minneapolis. The election is to fill the House seat left open by the death of Representative Diane Loeffler. She died of cancer in November. Governor Walz called a special election to fill that seat soon after. So the polls are open right now. They'll be open until 8 tonight. President Donald Trump delivering his third State of the Union speech tonight. How about this for timing? The president speaking in the day after the Iowa caucus debacle and the eve of what's anticipated to be a Senate acquittal tomorrow in the impeachment trial. Today, each senator will get a chance to explain their decision on whether they are going to acquit or convict the president. Spread of the Wuhan coronavirus showing no signs of slowing overnight. A second death outside of mainland China was reported in Hong Kong. They're using drones in some parts of China now to spray disinfectant. Imagine walking down the street and all of a sudden a drone starts spraying you. The number of confirmed cases now topping 20,000. The death toll now at least 425 in China. World Health Organization warning the outbreak could soon be large enough to be officially classified as a pandemic. At least 11 cases have been confirmed in the United States. Sad news from one of the nation's most popular radio hosts, Rush Limbaugh. He has been diagnosed with advanced lung cancer, of course known for his conservative politics. Made the announcement yesterday during his radio show. Limbaugh says he realized something was wrong on his birthday, January 12th. He is 69 years old. He plans on missing the next couple of shows as he figures out a treatment course of action. Ahead of the upcoming session, Minnesota lawmakers are talking about light rail safety. A new bill would do two different things. First, it would create a new job, transit ambassador. Second, it would decriminalize the penalties for getting on an LRT train without a ticket. Right now, if you get busted without a ticket, the fine is $180. Under this proposal, it would go down to $35, more like a parking ticket. The job of enforcing those ticket violations would move from police to those transit ambassadors, and the idea is to free up the police officers to focus on safety.
And so that the transit police will therefore be able to work on more high-level crimes and things that are happening today to make the transit system a safer and better experience for everyone.
A meeting to discuss other safety measures is set for tomorrow. Big news if you're a fan of Hamilton, and I am. Broadway hit is heading to the big screen. Kind of figured this would happen, right? Lin-Manuel Miranda announced the original Broadway cast filmed a movie. So that's cool. It'll be the original cast, and that movie will come to theaters in 2021. I read that Disney paid $75 million just for the rights of this. So this is going to be a blockbuster movie. But to see the show in person, you don't have to wait till 2021. You just have to wait till the fall. Hamilton back in the Twin Cities for an extended run in Minneapolis this October. Here's the rest of the Broadway on Hennepin lineup just announced at the Orpheum Theater. To Kill a Mockingbird, Hadestown. Those two will be highly anticipated, as will Moulin Rouge. Then Oklahoma, Tootsie, Jersey Boys Ain't Too Proud, which is the story of the Temptations. Tickets for this series go on sale in the coming weeks. 90s kids, you remember this, Dunkaroos. They're coming back this summer. General Mills says the old Betty Crocker treat, vanilla cookies and vanilla frosting with rainbow sprinkles, that was the most requested flavor. So only the vanilla flavor will be available in the U.S. The chocolate flavors only available in Canada. Be smuggling those in from Canada, tell you what. Back to our talker today. Iowa caucus, first in the nation. They're so proud of that history. But does it make sense for Democratic political candidates to be spending all this time and money in Iowa when they can't even report the results? Our digital guy, Cole, is here with some of your feedback on this.
Yeah.
Cole?
We have Becca saying, I never understood why they were first in the first place, Iowa.
Kind of history and tradition, but a lot of people have been saying that, you know, Iowa doesn't really look like the nation.
And she says, I guess I'm fine with it as long as they get their together.
Yeah, their corn. Get their corn together.
There you go. Then we have Judy saying a caucus chaos can occur in any state, and I'm okay with Iowa being the first state in the nation to vote.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then we have Charles saying Iowa shouldn't be the state that shows the rest of the U.S. who to vote for, but what your state votes for should be an idea of who will win your state.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, I think that's what's interesting is Iowans really take seriously their job as like winnowing the field and trying to decide who's going to be electable to the rest of the country. And maybe that's not the best way. I don't know. Somebody has to go first, no matter who it is. People are going to say, like, why is it them, I guess. But, you know, count the votes, man. The heck? Ridiculous. That is it for now from the 734. From WCCO, Christian should be back tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with us online.